Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO The Hobbit. Let's load the game and continue over in free play mode. It'll be interesting to see where it places me. There probably is a default start point, if it's anything like LEGO The Lord of the Rings. I can also now officially confirm from what I've seen of the reviews that this game is kind of unfinished. There were 3 Hobbit movies. Oh, it puts us right here. Interesting choice. The Hobbit book somehow got turned into 3 movies, which I still am fully willing to believe that. Yeah, let's just start over here, I guess. That the book is too short to barely even have 1 movie, but so The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, and then The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. And if you're thinking to yourself, what Battle of 5 Armies? What 5 armies? You're right, in that there is no 5 armies in this game. The game's completely incomplete. And I guess that explains quite quickly why there was never a combination of LEGO The Hobbit with LEGO Lord of the Rings. Simply WB is a garbage company. I mean, let's just start with that assumption. We know this from things that they've done in the past and that they've done later in the later on after this game was made. We know that they released Arkham Knight, completely broken on PC, undoubtedly, horribly broken. But obviously, as we see in this example, it's not the first time that they have sold broken and incomplete games. And you can totally feel it. It's not just a speculation. We ended the story mode literally with just the dragon Smaug flying to the town, and that was it. Flying to the town to destroy the town, and so ridiculous. I'm trying to find the guy with the slingshot. LEGO slingshot switches. Here we go. I guess this guy needs to be Legolas so he can come over. There we go. I was like, how is that gonna work? Are we gonna have to time our hits? That help with. So we're in free play mode for this unfinished game, and we're trying to collect all the collectibles. I guess we heal this guy, so we'll need to switch to the guy that can heal people. Where is he? Where are you, guy? right now. We're looking for that Gandalf's friend, the guy that could heal animals. And do we simply not have him? This guy looks like he'd be useful to play as. Does this doorway lead to something? Like, what is this? Elves can jump high. Okay, good. Good to know. I guess I can break some stuff while I'm waiting. Waiting for the door to open. Alright. Several rooms like this obviously exist in this area. Let's see. Now we need to find somebody with a hammer. Let's see. Which one is this? Not cracked Lego plates. Any can shoot Lego targets. What's the guy with the... Which one is this? Man, all these dwarfs. Which one is the guy with the hammer? Here he is. Okay. Interesting. So I need something that this guy doesn't have. I need to be able to like target these guys and hit them with an explosive missile fire explosion blast. To get that, I won't have time otherwise. Move on to the next one. If I fail at this next one, I'm going to assume that this is really a matter of I'm in the wrong area. That very well may not be the case. It may be simply because the game is just so badly put together. There's good elements here, and yes, I'm blaming WB for Warner Brothers for a big portion of this, but unless it truly is the case that Traveler's Tales is completely under the control of WB, which they may be. It may be a complete subsidiary, and they can't even legally take their names off products or fight back on releasing an unfinished product at all. Unless they are just under that pattern. And I guess it doesn't really matter for us as video game players whether that's the case or not. In the end of the day, Traveler's Tales put out this unfinished piece of garbage of a game, and it's not even that bad. I think LEGO Lord of the Rings was worse. And I'm starting a fire, but I can't see it right now. So, like, at the end of the day, Warner Brothers put this game out. Traveler's Tales both put this game out. They both equally share the blame. This is a bad product. Do I have an ogre that I can play as? It's like, yeah, I have a goblin. So at least I can get a little bit higher. Find and quickly destroy groups of hopping LEGO objects. Let's see. Now I have to find somebody that can do this. So this gives me 15 seconds each time we do this. Man, it barely feels like I'm even hitting this. Well, screwed that up. Excuse me. Like, this thing just flies around over things and only hits objects once in a while. We need desperately to unlock a character of some worth. Something that's really good to play as, that I know has half the abilities or most of the abilities. If we can get most of the abilities. Why did I even come up here? There's just a bunch of collectibles up here. And then, what? Come up this direction? Where's the other guy? Team up. Smash. Even that doesn't look good. This cutscene, like what they're trying to do there, really cool, is still not working. Alright, so I need to find somebody that can do Lego stacks, dwarf stacks, whatever. And now this guy can do that. Get up here. I guess in the overworld it's highly unlikely we would ever do a dwarf stack more than one, because they simply aren't gonna ever have more than 2 characters on the screen. I need to find a trade of wood. Like, I have a ridiculous amount of wood right now. So it would make sense to try and find that out. See if we can get this one. Which way to go? It's up here, it says. And what's the way up to that point? I have to switch back to the goblin to climb this. Actually, if I... let me ask a question here. Are people with giant epic strength able to break these? Yes, they are. So I don't need that anymore. Of course, now I need the one character that can mine. Let's see. Get that. I don't even see the counter going back and forth. I guess I can't believe they even let this game be released. It is confusing that it would be allowed out the door. Unfinished story, levels that have absolutely nothing in them. Alright, let's see. Now we have to find the right... have to switch the ring on. What? Find and quickly destroy a group of hopping LEGO objects for your reward. So it seriously is all of that. Oh man. So I'd have to do like this, and then this one, and then jump over here, and hope smashes were fast enough, and they're not. Well, but as soon as you fall down, you're done for. Alright, so I don't think we're in the right area. Let's move on. We need to know which reward each character wants. I've looked at the red bricks, and several of the extra red bricks, the reason why we have like 34 of them right now, are because there's like one that's for perfect mining diamonds, one for perfect mining emeralds, so on and so on and so on. All of the red bricks are in the overworld, so that helps a little bit. Here's the guy who wants something. We'll have to give him some mithril items though to get any of them.
This wheel's been out of commission for a while. I had some parts for a replacement delivered, but they were dropped all the way up the hill. I haven't got the stamina to push it down. Would you mind doing the honors? Big old wallop ought to send it on its way.
Okay. That's not a big deal. Apparently I'm gonna have to wallop it a few times. Let's find the guy with the hammer smash. Lego slingshot. Small. Hammer smash, hammer smash, hammer smash, hammer smash. There's so many of these guys, they look all the same, and the tiny little icons don't help any. Here we go, hammer smash. And I guess once I get a mithril, once I have a mithril hammer, I could switch to that. This guy needs to switch to Legolas, who we can tell the difference from by the blonde hair and elfish features. He'll make some joke about, I'm glad you got it here, it's very delicate. But you gotta line it up till you get that prompt. And then hit the button.
Ah, that's a big help, thank you. Right, now to unpack it. Hopefully I'll be alright putting it together. But I have a feeling I might need to ask for your help again. But first things first, payment for your delivery service.
So notice how it zoomed right in on him. Let's wheel good time. Let's go talk to these people, get as many of these extra quests. I don't think this is extra DLC we bought.
Yep, as expected. I haven't got the faintest idea of how to put a water wheel together. That's not exactly something a hobbit gets taught, is it? Not like baking, gardening, or sleeping. You, on the other hand, why, you look like an expert water wheel builder.
So, build a water wheel. Again, we're gonna have to check to see if we can really afford this before we put any money in it. 5 of those we can do. We can certainly do 20 of those, and I bet we have enough fish, and I know we have enough wood, so we'll do it. I mean, it could be Traveler's Tale's fault. They could have spent all their budget on this game, but on this little mini game section we're doing right now. But that doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're always shortchanged. Maybe it is their fault. Maybe they don't. They can only produce so much based on the budgets they're given, but they ask for too little of a budget. Maybe that's part of it too. There's obviously a disconnect here, a just complete system in which very, very often in many of these LEGO games they're not completely finished. Maybe they're just of the attitude it's a kid's game and we don't care. Kids will buy it anyways. It'll sell on the consoles just fine, so we don't need to put any more work into it. But even if that is the case, you gotta finish your game.
Hey, presto! The water wheel is complete and looking better than ever.
That is cool looking.
You know,
That is a cool looking
I'm that
water wheel.
impressed. I think I ought to throw a party in your honor. No, don't be modest. It would be my pleasure. At the very least, you must take this.
I guess it's better to zoom in on that guy when he's talking than for him to just talk and not be zoomed in on. I guess that would be your two options there. Can I get the mithril stud spade? What is a stud spade? We could never find where that thing was. I will have to find it eventually. Sure. But for the moment, have no story and then not use any of that.
That's chicken talk for I want to live among the chickens. All this animosity between elves and dwarves. The humble chicken leads a much simpler life. I just need a chicken hat so I can blend in with them. Could you get me one? I've already looked in Hobbiton and found nothing. But maybe you'd have more luck in a farm further afield.
So she wants a chicken hat. Here's a red brick quest. Should I be using up my items that I'm collecting to get mithril bricks? I guess I shouldn't be.
Right. We've got carrots, chairs, doilies. What else do I need for a party? Oh, tell you what. A mithril flail display would make for great entertainment with the shiny trails it leaves. Could you forge me one? I've got something that'll double your fortunes if you do.
So here's your score doubler, red brick, for the mithril flail. Give me all those. But honestly, it doesn't actually double your loot. There's a separate red brick for doubling your loot. Mithril items can be taken to designs. Thanks, we knew that, but good. Thanks for the reminder anyways. Move on to the next quest. I don't know how much of this we're gonna actually be able to get done. Let's go in here.
What to do? What to do? The guests at my party got a little, shall we say, boisterous, and decided my bed would make a better bouncy castle. Couple that with all the honey cakes we'd eaten, and it was smash. Bye bye bed. Say, you wouldn't by any chance be able to fix me up a new one, would you?
So what does this want? We have enough of that. We have enough of that. We're gonna quickly start running out of these things. Oh well. We might as well get what we can done. We may very well have to run into free play mode quicker than probably thought. Studs right now are not helping us much. Let's see. If we think about the cycle here, it's actually quite odd. Because at the first place we loaded in, there's a device that we could spend studs to get loot, which is really helpful. And we need the loot to get mithril designs, and we need the loot then to make the mithril objects, and then the mithril objects will get us the red bricks, which will then get us more studs. It's like 5 steps in a circle.
We'll all be a goat's granny. Is that a new bed for me? Thanks very much. How about a pork pie to celebrate? Oh, no. For the sake of my new bed, my diet must start today. Have this instead.
They're not even mentioning mithril bricks because they weren't even sure that's what we were gonna be awarded. Let's see. Let's get some fish. While we're walking by these packs, I'm gonna have to learn to identify these areas and take advantage of them. So if we could get the world down to the point where only things at night are left, that would be good. We'll get everything in the day. I don't even think we're gonna get that far though.
Gandalf the Grey? More like Gandalf the Great. That charm, that style, that luxurious beard, and such wonderful fireworks. Yet, no real fireworks could compare to those he ignites within my heart. Oh, he's so dreamy. Were I able, I would gaze upon his fabulous features forever.
So what does she want? Specific logo to build on a crafting plate. So we're gonna build a statue of Gandalf the Grey. Can we afford this? I think we can. But it's getting down there. It's getting to the level where we're starting to run low on resources again. Maybe at one time this was all they were gonna do. Just set the game in the Middle Earth times and not even touch the story. That seems ridiculous, but possible. It doesn't make sense though. There's just nothing here that makes sense unless you assume that somebody just gave up on this and didn't want it finished, wanted to put it out and rip people off. And it is straight a rip off. You can't, it's not even honest to call this LEGO The Hobbit when it doesn't have what the kids would assume is part of the
My
series, the
gosh,
Battle of
this
the Five
statue
Armies.
is perfect.
Even if the
So
Battle of the
dashing,
Five Armies
so
are just
stern, so grey.
based on maybe
Thank you so
even a
much for
sentence
this.
in the
I'm
actual
gonna show
Hobbit
him
book.
off to everyone in town.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't even matter. Even if they hadn't done the Battle of the Five Armies in this game, because it's not like I care or know anything about that. They just didn't end the story. Quite simply, that's all there is to it. They did not end the story. Hmm. What's with all these triangles? I think we're getting all these triangles because we're not in the right area. Alright. It's got me going in circles here. Pretty big circles. Really, game. And I am not moving fast enough for this to make sense. It's in here.
What to do? What to do? My mother-in-law is in town, and I promised her one of my award-nominated bread pies. But, wouldn't you know it, we're all out of bread. I'll get my ear chewed off if she doesn't get some pie to chow down on. Have you got any bread you could part with, friend?
How much bread does he want?
My mother-in-law is in town, and
He wants 20 pieces of bread. Do I have 20 pieces? He wants 50 pieces of bread? No. I don't have 50 pieces of bread. Alright. Let's see. We've kind of covered that area a little bit better. Let's see. Move on to the next section, I guess. Give somebody. Walk faster, whatever character you're gonna play as. Walk faster, and I cannot jump over this fence. It's like, alright, so now we need this guy to open this gate. Is this gate gonna be permanently opened now? So let me ask this, can I jump over the fence now? Nope. The pathfinding changed. Here's where you ring the bell and it comes to your side if the fairy here was on the other side. This area I think looks better than it did in LEGO Lord of the Rings. So we see like a doorway here. See what's in here. Seems rather chunky. It's like a giant. I don't know what you would call that. So I can see things. I sat on the thing and I can see things. There's a doorway here. If I switch to Legolas, there a combination? Some kind of secret combination? If there is, I don't know what it is. Blue. Here's that same cave, just slightly different. This cave looks like it's got some mining stuff.
Well. Would you look at this well? Except you can't, because there is no well. Because it wasn't maintained very well at all. If you are well enough equipped, could you perhaps build me a new well? Then I can, well, stop saying well so much for a start.
So, first things first, this guy needs to mine. All kinds of stuff. Is this not the guy with the mining ability? I guess it isn't. Come on, where are you? Who has the ability to mine things? This guy. Get all that collectible. Hit this. Get those diamonds. That's a decent amount of diamonds there for doing it perfect. So I could see where this would be a good place just in general to mine. Maybe you can walk out of this section, walk right back in, get all the collectibles you need. Getting quite a good haul here. Can't hit that shiny silver. These don't seem to require the mini game. I'm falling in the water and it's killing me. That small amount of water. Screwed. Explosive items. Maybe if I got explosive items as my first thing, I could blow up all the mining places and get items from them. And if that was the case, that would save some time on a lot of stuff. We'd just come in from immediate and be able to blow something up quickly and then get all the items from it. So he wants 5 of these. I think I can afford this. I hope I can afford this. Hopefully I didn't just make a huge mistake. Well, your rope. It seems almost certain that we're going to eventually just start buying these, the loot. It seems impossible that we would actually have enough loot of anything. It's not really a instance where I have a ton of extra extra loot of one type that I could trade. The trade element in this game is pointless so far. That we haven't seen any way that would really work. This is a good looking Lego well. See, if you were gonna make just a Lego game with no story, I could see something like this. But you kind of don't have to either, because you can do something like the Minecraft story mode game, which is made by TT Games, not Traveler's Tales Games,
I'm welling up with emotion.
which are different companies, oddly
all out
enough.
of ways to use the word well. It was fun while it lasted though, wasn't it? Thanks for fixing the well.
So, like, you can do something like Minecraft story mode easily, and then that would... This just looks like 3 blue things and nothing else. Okay, so I'll ignore that. And then I want to walk right back in and see if it respawns. Nope, it doesn't. And she doesn't have anything new to say. So you could certainly make a Lego game, put your own story to it, regardless of what the story is, and you're not tied to always having to license out a game, a story from some other elements. Although maybe Traveler's Tales is actually tied to that, because if WB has them so under control, or...
This map is useless. I can't find this treasure anywhere.
Let's see. Slow process, but we're making it. It's not like we're spending an hour doing nothing. Alright. Now we need the guy with the slingshot ability, which is somewhere around here. Yeah. Here that it is supposed to be red, blue, and then green. This game is too buggy for kids. It's too incomplete for kids. It's too incomplete for anybody. Like, I've liked a lot of LEGO games. And I'm still willing to say that so far this is better than LEGO Lord of the Rings. But both games are unacceptably bad. This is the biggest just dropping of the ball I have seen ever. It's just complete and total putting out garbage. What am I supposed to be doing here? Maybe come over this direction. Go through here. Walk through. Come on. What happened there? It just got stuck. I just launched this program too. It's like, it's only been running at most an hour. At most, probably less than that. And it's acting so buggy. There we go. That's what I thought. Keys and luck. We had a lot of those in LEGO. So that is the Mithril Mushroom Crown. Good. One more thing done. There's a cave. I think we'll end up having to go to every cave a couple times if we don't run into other issues. Or figure out some other ways to get loot. We're at 1,000,000 right now. 1,200,000 studs. If it really became something along the lines of you didn't need studs at all for the red bricks, maybe then that would solve our problem. Because if we just got the red bricks, then the only thing we would need studs for would to be for buying loot. So we're supposed to play hide and go seek. The 3 people hiding somewhere, find them all. Alright. And they're hiding somewhere in the town. I guess he wasn't one of them.
As long as you've got a hot oven and the right ingredients, you can forge anything.
Here's a good place to break some stuff. Get a nice, decent amount of wood, fish, and other things. I assume none of these kids are hiding. There's some bread. We need that apparently. Carrots.
That man, always eating those carrots. Like he hasn't got a care in the world.
Bree seems like a decent place to get fish. A better place than the Shire, actually. Taking some extra time to run around this level would probably be helpful every now and then. I can't help but feel like I'm just wasting my time though. Lego games are very time consuming in the first place, but in this particular one I feel like I'm just not doing much of anything. Alright, there's one kid.
Alright, you found me.
Climbing on top of this thing. Wow. How far can I go here? All the way out, I suppose. So is this one somebody I'm supposed to bring back? Yes. Alright.
I'm sorry, forgot to
Tinkering about in the
forge an
blacksmiths.
item just right.
I wish you'd forge me a son that wasn't so lazy.
Perfect version of that item.
I assume that's not something. Here's the kid. So I need the bow to knock him down.
Found me, eh? Nothing gets past you.
Is he coming?
Mm-hmm.
So one more to find.
That man, always eating those carrots. Like he hasn't got a care in the world.
Little side area. Some studs in it. I assume going inside the building is not required.
As long as you've got a hot oven and the right ingredients, you can forge anything.
Because that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, you can club a people with.
So if that's not the case,
That man, always eating those carrots. Like he hasn't got a care in the world.
somebody in that window eating. Is there a way up into this building? Somebody in that window eating too.
Right here, item designs can be found all over Middle-earth. It would take quite an intrepid explorer to find that one.
Let's get on top of the buildings again. All three of them have been high up so far, so, well, the two we found have been high up. That just has us fly down that way.
That man, always eating those carrots. Like he hasn't got a care in the world.
You haven't got thumbs.
So, that's not gonna work.
If you
Let's
got the
check here.
designs and the materials, I got the forging.
So I need more silver still to craft that.
I'm sorry, forgot to mention, but if you forge an item just right,
When we leave the area,
version of that item,
we can start
I bet you forgot to mention.
breaking things, but I don't think I got very many breads there. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
That man, always eating those carrots. Like he hasn't got a care in the world.
Say, could you spare a moment?
What does this one want? So are we still doing hide and go seek? now, or is everything reset? I think everything may have got reset. That's the part that really confuses me. Ah, but I found it. Found the third one. The third one is hiding back here.
I was sure you wouldn't find me here.
Well, you're almost right. Two of three done. And this will be the last thing we do in this recording. It's so weird. Such a weird thing to go through all this. At this point, I could pretty much guarantee you shouldn't play this game. I want to, of course, see it all the way to the end, but I couldn't imagine it turning around. It just seems highly unlikely that this is going to become something worth it.
This game is done, and since you've won, this brick is yours to take.
So, yeah, when we look here at the map, we're slowly making progress to like eliminate some of the quests and such. It's not happening super fast. There's quite a lot of things. We need to really just fly back to this area though, and see what we can do with the gold. I think instead of trying to do quests, I think instead of trying to get mithril breaks, we need to spend a little bit of our studs, if we can. Hopefully it's not too expensive, getting the loot needed to get the mithril objects, to get the score doubler, to then get more studs, to get more loot. And I think it's going to become this cycle of just coming right back to this. Like, so copper, 10,000. I needed a couple of those for sure. Silver, 15,000. Let's get up to 50 on that. Silver, let's get up to 25 on that. Gold, 40,000. Rubies, let's see. Sapphires are 30,000. That's ridiculous. Emeralds are 35,000. Diamonds are 50,000. Wood is 2,500. Leather 7,500. Rope 6,000. Hey, can you get more than 200 of leather? Yes, you can. Good. Carrots are 3,000. Bread is 3,000. But we needed 50 of that. Meat is 3,000. We have 100 of that. Fish is 3,500. This is incredibly expensive. Look what we just did. We spent like 500,000 studs doing that. We're only up to 25% done with the game too. Hopefully I've gotten enough items at least for the mithril thing. Notice the menu is messed up too. I bet it's just glitched, period. Maybe it never worked. Maybe they intended to display it that way and there's just something on the right that was supposed to be there. And well, yes, the items that would be collectible in a level would be on the right. But that's just totally unfinished, I suppose, for the rest of it. We probably need to unlock some characters too. Obviously, we need to unlock at least one character to heal the sick animals. We can't do that, and some of the quests on this level are asking for that. Uh, it's gonna be quite a mess, but at least we kind of know the path now. It's very twisty and complicated, but we're trying to get mithril objects crafted, particularly the bow, so I can start exploding silver things. And then we'll try and get to score doublers, and hopefully while we're running around doing other things, those score doublers will get us more studs to buy more loot to get more mithril objects. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.